Welcome everyone to Saturday Night Hype, and we have got two major matches all culminating in a huge main event brought to you by Bastion Gaming. But before we get there, we have Brandon Ulrich versus Simon Belmont. I am the Sentinel, and we are bringing to you the hottest CIW action possible every single Saturday night, whether it be Saturday Night Hype or Battle City. These two have a lot of history, but Brandon Ulrich and Jack 7 and Johnny Cage, also known as the, oh, and look who's here. Speaking of, part of the Unforgettable, as I was starting to describe the faction who was a part of the Forgotten Fighters, now that, and the Forgotten Fighters are still a thing as far as I know, but Jack 7, he told me through a variety of various different social medias where he bullied and berated me, kind of like Chris Jericho at any given hotel. It was awful service, but in any case, Jack 7 alerted me that he has now taken over this faction, considering that we have not heard from Jack 7, or we've not heard from Sagat, who was the former world champion who went off on to get married, actually. He's in Maui, and he's going to be there for the next several months. Or whenever he decides to come back. You know, we're not going to press Sagat, but here comes Simon Belmont. And this is not going to be good with the Ultimate Beast Brandon Ulrich, who is the one half of the former CIW Tag Team Champions with Jack 7 in the Unforgettable, which is the subsect of the Forgotten Fighters. Ken Masters, also a part of this group, the Exceeds Champion, beat this man Simon Belmont. But Belmont has been slowly but steadily finding recruits to take on the Forgotten Fighters. We saw that Jack 7 losing to Big Chocolate Majin Buu back at the WrestleBration, although that was on day 3, and that was before we all had the rug pulled out from underneath us, as CIW champion Majin Buu in his Super Buu form, now the CIW champion, playing us all. But right now there is still a lot of bad blood between Simon Belmont, who was a part of the original Forgotten Fighters, with, oh wait a minute, Nathan Von Schrader, I saw it on the deco, but I wasn't sure it was true, but Nathan Von Schrader is in the corner of Simon Belmont. Those two were part of the original Forgotten Fighters, but Jack 7, when he joined the Forgotten Fighters and now the Unforgettable, he actually drugged Nathan Von Schrader out of position. All of that taking place last year, and there was a lot of bad feelings between the German who went to rehab. He is now clean and sober and is looking for a little bit of payback and is looking to rekindle a friendship that he had with Simon Belmont, as both Nathan Von Schrader and Simon Belmont were part of that triple threat match at WrestleBration 12 Day 2 that Ken Masters won, that Exceeds title match. But here, this one-on-one match, the only man to pin Brandon Ulrich in a one-on-one capacity is Simon Belmont, but there is a lot more beef outside of the ring, and here we go. As we have got referee, I believe this is, give me 1 second here, referee Rex Ryan here tonight. Thank you, Rex, for being here. And oh no, sooner did I say that Jack 7 pulled Rex Ryan down and is immediately getting involved. But there we go. Simon Belmont taking the fight to both Jack 7 and Brandon Ulrich, as both of these men now, they look to continue the legacy. They want championships back. And obviously Jack 7, unsurprisingly, trying to take the reins of a faction that he really has no right leading. But everybody feeling kind of rudderless when it comes to the Forgotten Fighters. Johnny Cage was in a bad way. He lost in very prompt fashion in the rematch between the Angry Luigis and Brandon Ulrich and Johnny Cage, the Unforgettable, the current CIW Tag Team Champions. And now a punch to the dick. Message sent. As we've got another episode of Battle City 2 taking place tomorrow night. And Saturday Night Hype, we've got and stay tuned in 2 weeks, as we have got our Saturday special Equinox taking place on March the 21st, as we are celebrating the springtime, which we have much needed. But it is what is much unneeded is punches to the dick in that emphatic a fashion, as Brandon Ulrich. I remember when he first started here, he was saying he's turning a new leaf, he's trying to do things respectfully, and that lasted a hot cup of coffee. And the cup of coffee actually lasted longer than that I guess, I don't even know what you call it, an initiative maybe? And, come on now. As Jack 7 once again pulls up, and it went for a roll up, but Jack 7 pulled down Rex Ryan before the count could be made and actually did his partner no favors there. But folks, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button, switch it to all. Don't forget to comment down below, not necessarily in that order, to hashtag save a referee today to make sure that all of Rex's medical bills get paid. You are the ones responsible for his safety, as now, and that is definitely jeopardized with Jack 7 here. And now Jack going after Nathan. As Nathan now my Bulldog might have had, I wasn't sure, but it looked like Nathan's face went into the steel steps there. But the match at hand is Belmont and Ulrich, as Rex Ryan is going to have to keep his attention paid to that. We've got another big matchup coming up next, Strong Bad versus Mario. And then our major main event featuring the past gen wrestling champion in Arthur Morgan. He's going to be in action here in our main event tonight as we continue our ongoing working relationship with Past Gen Gaming. We really appreciate them all over there as they are putting in and doing the work and getting it done, and we really appreciate them taking a chance in us in the same way, as they are a rather young group, but they are getting results. And what a knee to the face by Brandon Ulrich. So stay tuned later on tonight for all of that intense action, as actually Arthur Morgan was just crowned the PGW champion, not a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago actually, as this has been very intense. But speaking of world championships, we're going to find out the #1 contender for Majin Buu's championship at Massacre in May. On Equinox on the 21st, it is going to be Spider-Man Bully Maguire one-on-one with the winner of the Battalion Brawl, Liu Kang. And I do not, the prospect of Liu Kang potentially being a double champion in CIW, Bully Maguire, he's gonna get it done. I know Bully's gonna get it done. I believe in Bully Maguire. Say his name and he appears, but he won't be. Oh no, and a big boot. And I thought that was going to turn into the boot carousel, but Brandon Ulrich countered, and oh no, this could be a big Beast Slayer. And there have been nary a man who is kicked out of the Beast Slayer. The cover 1, 2, 3. As Simon Belmont, you get a Beast Slayer in the center of the ring in a one-on-one match, and as Brandon Ulrich guarantees victory. It's impressive. It is impressive that what the Beast Slayer has been able to accomplish for that young man. But there's no denying that Jack 7 had a very major influence in this matchup. You can't call it clean, and it's clear that the Unforgettable are going to continue exerting dirty tactics and doing the worst possible moral thing capable to achieve their goals. Brandon Ulrich gets the win here, but that's certainly not going to be the end of it for Brandon Ulrich and Simon Belmont. I guarantee you that, as the Unforgettable pick up the win. And now, our next matchup, Mario versus Strong Bad. Now, these two to my knowledge, have never had much interaction. They may have met in a battle royal. I don't remember. But these two looking to continue their path towards greatness in CIW, as Mario had a pretty difficult year last year, having that big feud with his brother and then joining DC, and then that not working out for him. But Mario, he has been steadily doing well, and he got a very big victory over Aquaman at the WrestleBration 12. And so looking to build upon that momentum here on Saturday Night Hype, as it is going to be a very impressive showing, I hope to see out of Mario here. And folks, before we get to our main event, we will pause for a slight ad break, and then we will get out to there. But we have got our big match. As far as Strong Bad is concerned, Strong Bad is kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum. Had a very, very good start to the year, or at least start to his career in CIW, going tit for tat with the Keanu Connection and going to a double countout with John Wick, helping Magus try to get a victory over them. But then Chrono came back and got jealous of the friendship, and so then we had to see Chrono and Strong Bad, and Magus tried to keep it as fair as possible. So I don't know if there's any bad blood between them after all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether that friendship has stayed around or whether they just needed to get it out of their system. You know, who's to say? I'm not, but Strong Bad still licking his wounds from a WrestleBration loss. I believe that was at Drummer's Call that took place, but what a good way to turn that around by taking down Mario, who is a two-time Lightning Weight champion in TAW. But he has been around CIW for a good number of years now and has just not been able to put the pieces together to make it worth his while to be a champion here. And he's tried. He's had a couple of Siege Championship shots. I think he's worked his way. Well, he was going to get tag title shots when he was teaming with his brother Luigi, but that turned into a level of resentment far too quickly in my eyes. But here comes Strong Bad from the Homestar Runner Flash show, the cartoon, as you can still see a good number of the Strong Bad emails. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff on YouTube now, and I highly recommend watching it. And I know that his vibe is kind of like you had to be there to see it happening in real time, but I think you could still gain a lot of hilarities and ha-has and guffaws as a result of this man, as Strong Bad, who is hailing from Strong Badia here tonight with the traffic cone and the tire and senior card gauge, as the master of the senior card gauge chop, but his actual uncle, Senior Card Gauge, selling milk chocolate bars in the back alleyways. But this man certainly confident in his own strength, and those big boxing gloves. You know, a lot of people said that it was difficult for him to type on a computer with those boxing gloves, but it is good. There's no better place to have an advantage for boxing gloves than right here at CIW. So putting it to work here tonight against Mario, this big time singles matchup here in the Saturday Night Hype. As we get, this is the final match of the CIW portion of this show, and then we'll get to the PGW. And immediately Mario leaving the ring and doing his flippy shit. And how many times have we seen this from Mario? The exaggeration, the taunting, and Strong Bad just standing there not being fazed by it at all. And that's what you need. And oh, what a counter there from Mario. A very well done counter there. Oh, cover from Mario. Could be over 1, 2, and only 2 as Strong Bad kicks out there as Mario trying to end it quickly. And he is not happy that Rex Ryan did not get his hand down for the 3, and now a punch to the kidney. Nobody likes kidney shots. Either shots of kidney juice or punches to the kidney, but now a knee to the gut. And now a nice dragon screw there from Mario, who, you know, despite what his figure might suggest, he is deceptively fast. And he's got a big warp pipe that has put away a number of opponents here in CIW, and in lieu of that, he's got a big-time tornado DDT that we've seen him using from time to time. But the major impact of... Oh, God! What a clothesline from Strong Bad, an impressive clothesline there. As Strong Bad clearly understands, I mean, you gotta win matches if you want to get higher up in the card, no matter what standing you are or how popular you are. And Mario, and I like the idea that Strong Bad is just letting Mario tire himself out for the most part. Oh, but now breaking up the count, referee Rex Ryan's count, as he's going over there and trying to deal more damage. Oh, a nice kick to the knee there, though, from Mario, and it looks like he was trying to go for the warp pipe there, but Strong Bad countered. As now Strong Bad and Mario leaving the ring again and taking another minute to just do all of his flippy stuff. Now, come on, Mario. There's no need to do this. Why? Where are you going, Mario? Get back here and fight like a man. What is the problem? What is your problem, dude? As Strong Bad just letting him do it. And I think that is the smartest move possible. I mean, if Mario gets himself counted out, then he's just an idiot, honestly. Oh, no, come on. Mario, this is not a no disqualification match. And now getting back into the ring at the count of 6. And Strong Bad right there to counter as Mario now getting to a set of exchanges at a snapmare. Now wrenching the leg into the back. Folks, stay tuned next week for another episode of Battle City number 2. Then another Equinox after that. Our next major event is going to be Massacre in May, the second week of May. Stay tuned for that. And oh, what a big leg drop. And all of the shows that we are going to see from now until then are really framing themselves towards that show. Cover from Mario off the leg drop. 1, 2, and only 2. Strong Bad kicks out right there. And a nice shot and an impressive shot from Mario and Strong Bad, who's showing his resilience here and just swatting Mario's attempt at a drop kick. But Mario so agile, so quick to get right back into the mix. And that's what makes him dangerous. That's what's made Mario dangerous over so many years. You know, say what you want about his flipping. You know, I think there's a lot going on there. And now testicular torture to Strong Bad. And now that's just not necessary, man. That is just not necessary, as this has just gone on far too long with Mario just doing everything he wants to, anytime that he wants to. As this is just absolutely gross. And oh, slamming down. And speaking of somebody Mario's familiar with, you've probably been wondering what the main event matchup here in PGW, or what's coming up in PGW, is going to be. It's Arthur Morgan going one-on-one with Sonic the Hedgehog, former two-time TAW champion Sonic the Hedgehog, as that is going to be an epic confrontation. Stay tuned. Right after this matchup, there will be a short break, and then we'll get right into that as we continue this partnership. And there will be some exclusive matches of CIW airing on PGW. Namely, we have finally signed it in a big toss. We finally got it signed. Dante versus the Joker, one-on-one, takes place in PGW. You're not going to want to miss it. And oh, wait a second. What is going on here? I want to poison Ron into a pin, but too close to the ropes. But folks, stay tuned from Past Gen Gaming about when that's going to take place, as we do not have we have a confirmed sign, but we don't have a confirmed date just yet. But there will be plenty of time to flesh all of that out, as we are very thankful. Oh, wait a second. Warp pipe, as Mario might have locked it in and gotten the victory here. The cover, 1, 2, 3. No, oh! Strong Bad kicked out, as Strong Bad very resilient, but now needing a moment to take a break in his own right. And now Mario, stop attacking Rex Ryan. There is no need to be a petty little child because you think that Rex Ryan is taking a pin slow, or I don't even know anymore. I don't know what's going on in the brain of look at this. He is literally spinning heel kicking everything but Strong Bad. That took 9 times to do. And now come on. Why? What was the point of rolling him up like that? Mario just being completely degenerate. Oh no, and now going up to the top rope, and Strong Bad gets back into the ring. And if anyone knows what being a degenerate it's like, it's Strong Bad, and that might actually help him to maybe telegraph some of these attacks. But Mario has been just staying so aggressively on Strong Bad this entire encounter. But only one of these men can achieve victory here tonight on Saturday Night Hype, as we are marching ever so closer towards Equinox on March 21st, the 4-match card, main evented by the #1 contenders match for Majin Buu's CIW Heavyweight Championship, Symbiote Spider-Man versus Liu Kang. Stay tuned in 2 weeks for that. And now, oh god, and now vaulting Mario over the top after doing a little DJ work and shuffling the tables from Strong Bad. Hits a pretty big Z-mail. Now, nice call in, taking it one step at a time. I mean, it looks like Strong Bad's really trying to slow this match down. And a nice belly-to-belly takedown. An impressive show of athleticism by Strong Bad, who's now up to the top now. What's he going to do? And now just went to stop the knee. And I think Mario countered it. And now Strong Bad countering Mario in a clothesline. Both of these guys putting in a lot of effort here tonight. Oh, and a low blow. Message sent. Oh no, not a warp pipe out of a low blow. And if the first one didn't do it, the second one definitely will. The warp pipe here. 1, 2, 3. No way! Strong Bad kicked out again! And immediately grabbed him so he couldn't start attacking Rex Ryan, and another belly to belly as Strong Bad is rallying here. An impressive counter there. And as I thought that second warp pipe had to have been it. But somehow Strong Bad is still in this matchup. And oh now, come on, Mario, put that sledgehammer down. Put that sledgehammer down. Do not get disqualified on purpose. And now Strong Bad again taking it right out of his hands. Smartly. And trying to just gauge Mario here. And Mario, he's starting to feel a little bit more damaged, you can tell. But he's holding his gut too. And he's still doing the flips and a nice heel kick. And down goes Strong Bad, but Strong Bad right back up. Wants to hit that senior card gauge chop, has withstood 2 warp pipes. And now Mario going for a corkscrew and swatted down by Strong Bad. What an impressive foresight. He wasn't even looking at Mario. He blindly swatted him down. How did he even know that he was there? That was like he has eyes in the back of his head. I don't know how Strong Bad just sensed Mario for that corkscrew. Mario to the top rope, and this time, far away is Strong Bad. Oh, going up to the top again. Mario, calm down! Wow, was so extra! A shooting star press headbutt onto Strong Bad. That was so extra, Mario. And it's not paying off here. The referee's count is up to 4. As this has been absolutely insane here on Saturday Night Hype, and it is only going to get crazier from here going forward. And now just chops into the chest of Strong Bad as Mario trying to gauge his up, but he's got to be careful here. He might be, and just gets in before the referee's count of 9. Referee Rex Ryan, up to the top again. Mario, and went for, I guess he headbutted the knee there. And I feel like that would have done more damage to Mario than Strong Bad. Oh, another Poison Rana pin. 1, 2, and only 2 again. As Mario tried to steal it right there and gets a big boot for his trouble. But Strong Bad is now, you could tell that he has sustained a lot of damage. Oh no, senior card gauge chop. And that is a lethal shot. With those boxing gloves, a one-hit KO. The cover here, 1, 2, 3. And Strong Bad with what I have to say is an upset. With a major victory over Mario here on Saturday Night Hype after a hellacious back and forth count up. 2 warp pipes. He kicked out of Poison Ranas, genital gerrymandering. He lasted through it all. And Strong Bad is your winner here tonight. What a victory here for this man. Thank you all for coming to CIW's portion of the show. We'll be right back, and then we'll come back with Past Gen Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it is for the PGW World Championship. Introducing first the challenger, hailing from parts unknown. He weighs in tonight at 165 pounds, Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, welcome CIW fans, and of course welcome to all you PGW fans, and we have got a great main event for you here tonight. The PGW World Championship will be on the line. The challenger, Sonic the Hedgehog, a man that makes Rey Mysterio look like Greg the Hammer Valentine. Very, very exciting athlete this man is. and he's hoping tonight is going to be his night. Is he going to achieve greatness here in this very ring? We're about to find out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Des Moines, Iowa, he weighs in tonight at 242 pounds, and he is the current reigning and defending PGW World Champion, Arthur Morgan. Arthur Morgan, the first ever PGW World Champion, becoming the first ever champion after defeating CM Punk in a hellacious 2 out of 3 falls match. A very, very different challenger he faces tonight. What a contrast of styles we've got here. Arthur Morgan, primarily a brawler, nothing flashy, nothing flamboyant about what this man does in the ring. And then on the other side of the ring, you've got Sonic the Hedgehog, a high flyer, a very fast mover. 2 very, very different styles. It's going to be interesting to see how the champion Arthur Morgan does here. He's never faced a man quite like Sonic the Hedgehog. You've got to believe that if Sonic can use his speed and quickness and hit some of those flashy moves on Arthur Morgan, he has got a great chance of walking away tonight as the new PGW World Champion, but not a good start. As Sonic the Hedgehog deciding to lock up with Arthur Morgan. Morgan was always going to come out on top in that exchange, but look at Sonic go now with that martial arts training on full display. A big kick to the face. Look at Sonic go now, wasting no time, making the most of this opportunity. And now with a submission maneuver, but too close to the ropes. Referee calling for a break there. Good start here from Sonic. Look at that rolling thunder right to the abdomen of Arthur Morgan, the champion. A very, very bad start for him, it has to be said. And now Sonic the Hedgehog, look at the fly here. Tries a somersault off the top, but smart move by the champion, managing to get out of the way, seeing that move coming. And a big time clothesline now by the PGW World Champion. And this is exactly the sort of fight that Arthur Morgan wants. Let's just trade blows, get the man on the ground now and stomping him. With Sonic the Hedgehog's on the canvas, there's no hopes of him hitting any of those flashy high-risk moves. This is what Morgan's got to do, primarily a brawler. And showing exactly why that's his preferred fighting style, is now knocking Sonic down into the corner and just stomping on the abdomen of everybody's favourite blue Hedgehog. The champion now looks to be gaining control. Sonic the Hedgehog looked to be having a good start, but the brawling skills of Arthur Morgan proving too much at the moment. Just stomping on him again. As now Arthur Morgan with the lateral press, he thinks he's done enough to put the challenger away, and he was very, very close to getting a 3 count there, but Sonic the Hedgehog just about sticking in there. Nonetheless, the beatdown is continuing here as Morgan completely relentless. I'm sure stomping a hedgehog is against so many animal rights laws, but nonetheless Arthur Morgan, he doesn't care. For these heavy blows to the face of Sonic the Hedgehog, blocks it this time though, as Sonic coming off the ropes, maybe sees an opening, tries a clothesline, Morgan ducking out of the way, and now Morgan punting him back with a knee to the gut. Perhaps a brief opening there for Sonic, but that opportunity has gone now as Arthur Morgan with the leg hooks looking to put this match away with a cover. And my God, once again Arthur Morgan so close to retaining that championship, but once again Sonic somehow just sticking in there despite all of the beatings he has took thus far in this match. As now Morgan continuing to do what he does best and throwing those heavy right hands, now sends Sonic the Hedgehog for the ride, picks him up, tries the spine buster, but nice reversal by the challenger. Sonic reversing. Could be a good chance here. Sends Arthur Morgan to the apron, tries knocking him to the outside, but Morgan with the shoulder to the midsection and manages to avert disaster there, does Morgan. And now with Sonic on the ground at the mercy of the champion, what's he going for here? STF applied. Sonic trying to reach for the ropes, but he's a long way away. Morgan could have had the submission there, but maybe had to release his grip. Maybe Sonic was putting a lot of pressure on him, trying to escape that hold, but nonetheless another back suplex, and the challenger face down, motionless in the centre of the ring. It's not looking good here for Sonic the Hedgehog. He's going exactly to plan here for Arthur Morgan as he sends Sonic into the corner, tries running in with a clothesline, but look at that nice counter and a big spinning kick to the face by Sonic the Hedgehog. trying to make an opportunity for himself, spinning over the back, beautiful floating over, slamming Morgan's face right into the canvas. This may be the only chance he gets, he's got to make the most of it. Tries a somersault across the back, but Morgan rolling out of the way, and Sonic just can't get a break in this match. Every time it looks like an opening, every time Sonic feels he's got the opportunity to go for one of those big spectacular moves, Morgan has it well scouted every time, and this may be game over for the challenger here. The lateral press, the shoulders down, and once again Sonic, just by the skin of his teeth, managing to survive, but surviving is not what he needs to do if he wants to walk away with the belt. And now look at Morgan reapplying that STF, very painful submission maneuver. Oh, but this time Sonic managing to reach the ropes, forcing a break. Sonic needs to do something in the next minute, because if he doesn't, I fear this match is going to end, and it's been such a dominant display by the champion, as now Morgan sending Sonic for the ride, tries the clothesline, but look at that. Sonic sticking an elbow in the face, maybe an opening for the Hedgehog. Can he make the most of it this time? Well, that's a nice move. Morgan taken down. As now Sonic, beautiful leg drop right across the throat of Morgan. That may have knocked his speaking voice down a couple of octaves, and now Sonic trying the quick roll up, but Morgan a long way away from being finished off. He needs to dish out more punishment, trying a sunset flip. He needs to find a way to inflict some damage on the champion. He's not going about it the right way at the moment, getting nailed with the face with right hands. Now Arthur Morgan dropping the elbow off the ropes. Normally the set up to his finisher, normally the set up to the stunner. The question is Arthur Morgan going to finish this match now? When he tries to, but Sonic with a reversal. Now with a collar and elbow tie up, Sonic rolling across the back once again. Look at this, takes the man down, tries the headlock. Arthur Morgan ringing the arm, Sonic flips out of it, takes the man down, sweeps the legs from under him. And now Sonic once again trying a quick roll up, catching the champion by surprise, the shoulders down, but Morgan getting the kick out. Tries the clothesline, does Sonic. Morgan getting out of the way and hits him with a clothesline of his own. As now Morgan looking to fly, very uncharacteristic for this man. Tries a flying clothesline, Sonic getting out of the way. Now Sonic charges in, tries the flying clothesline, didn't get all of it. And what is this move? Beautiful Lucha Libre style arm drag there, and that really hurt the champion. He's got to hammer home this advantage now though, has Sonic. He's got Morgan in the corner. Morgan comes running down, the whisper in the wind. The challenger pulling a big move out of nowhere. And now the legs hook, the shoulders down. Have we got a new champion? No, we've not. Sonic with a look of disbelief on his face. I can't believe it. Very, very close to getting the victory there. He can't let that deter him. He's got to stay on the champion here. He may be just a few short moments away from gaining the victory. A corkscrew body attack across the spine of Morgan. The tide really changing now as Sonic the Hedgehog rolling across the back of the champion. Comes from behind, tries the waist lock, but Morgan fighting out with elbows. Gets behind Sonic the Hedgehog, tries the same thing. Sonic now with the reversal. And now beautiful reverse DDT by the challenger, but look at Sonic. He's taken a beating and he's feeling the effects of this nonetheless, going to the top rope, but at the wrong time there. The wrong time to go to the top. Arthur Morgan was ready for that attack. Morgan maybe trying the stunner, but Sonic somehow managing to cling on, charges in. Morgan ducks, now sent off the ropes with this momentum. Nice hip toss by the champion. And Sonic back at the mercy of the champion now as Arthur Morgan tries an Irish whip. Sonic reversing that move, right hand to the face. Tries a move, but Morgan turning him around. And now Morgan with the Irish whip sending Sonic for the ride, and a big knee to the gut, knocking all of the momentum and the air out of the abdomen of Sonic the Hedgehog. And now Morgan dropping an elbow right off the top. One step forward, two steps back here for Sonic the Hedgehog, and now Morgan. Arthur Morgan nailing the stunner on Sonic the Hedgehog, his finishing maneuver. Is there any hope here for Sonic the Hedgehog? The leg is hooked, the shoulders down, and no, there's not. Arthur Morgan still your PGW World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still the PGW World Champion, Arthur Morgan.
Well, Arthur Morgan did his job. Sonic's so dangerous with those high-flying moves, but for most of the match, Arthur Morgan managed to prevent him from nailing any of them. He neutralised the biggest threat, the biggest weapon his opponent had, and that is why Arthur Morgan is still your PGW World Champion.